How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Very good.
Uh, it's sometimes, well, um, sometimes the self is more obvious, and sometimes not. And I want to be able to find it always, all
Yes,
the time.
yes, yes. That's the only thing that matters. That's so good. But therefore, you need to completely let go of always. Always does not exist. You need to really be 100% fully truthful and realize that only this moment exists. There's really nothing else. There's not even a second moment. There's no past and there's no future. So every time you sense the longing for the self, or every time you realize that you're now not fully in the self, or you're not fully experiencing the self, this means that your awareness is busy with something. I often
Hmm.
explain it. You're either you're busy with your body, you're busy with your thoughts or your emotions, or you think about circumstances. So those four is always the same thing. This is the weather. So you are somehow attached to the weather. Not you, everybody is. And according to our life, in relationships, in business, in family, in whatever it, topics come up that will trigger us more because we
Hmm.
relate to this topic more. Looking back in your life, seeing, oh, this always was a bit of my problem. Realizing it, oh, I already did it 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, always the same. And then you realize, okay, so what does this want to teach me? Why do I lose myself when this comes up?
Why do I lose myself when this comes up? It's kind of, um, it feels like the self is looking for himself or herself, and gives you these situations, so you grow a muscle. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. It's very well said. It's a very good sparring partner. Yes, exactly. Yes. So one thing I can tell you, but it only works if you find it out. First of all, the self, your true self, is always here. And the
I
only,
know that.
yeah, this you know, the only access to it is when you also, all your energy also comes back here. As long as some of your energy is in the past or in the future, you can only then sense it a bit. What's left in this moment knows it. It 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 develops. You develop more presence and more presence and more presence, but only through letting go. Only through letting go and only through doing your spiritual work, which is inviting all the feelings that come up, all of them, and allowing them in your system and feeling them, becoming one with them and making peace with them. This is like undressing. It's really like I often said it, like you come to this planet like this. Every child is completely 100% enlightened, full on. There's nothing else. It's one with God, one with the universe, one with everything. It smiles at you. It's just full of joy and happiness. It only cries when it's hungry or when it's tired or when something hurts. And then opinions come. Your father feels some opinions, your mother, your grandmothers, your sisters, your teachers, your kindergarten teachers, everybody puts some opinion in, right? And they don't just put thoughts in, but you also make your experiences, which gives emotions. And like we already had it, there are certain times when the child is not allowed to be this emotion and to really express it. Because the parents say, no, don't do it. We don't want you like this, right? So first of all, this sentence, we don't want you like this, creates in us something, that the idea that something is wrong with us, which is completely crap, but it creates the idea, right? And when this pristine beauty is filled with lots of different colors of opinions, and every opinion is connected to an emotion and a thought. For example, I'm not good enough is a very common thought. Or the way I am is not right, because that's what you learn as a child when you're not allowed to express your emotions the way you want. Or when you face, how do they call it? When you face difficulties, when they take you away from the mother, they say you need to go into your room now. So isolation, whatever they do, or when they put some pressure on you and they say, now you don't get this. It just starts like this. And that's what they call education. But most of it is complete bullshit.
It's
But
training.
it's training actually, yes. But your system relates to all the bullshit which is in there, mentally and emotionally. That's why once awake, your awakening is already wonderful. Once awake, the situations come to you to trigger that stuff. So, because none of this is true. None of this colorful stuff is true. This pristine clarity, pureness, that's who you are. This is who you are. This is like a diamond. But you know how to make a diamond, no? With loads and loads of pressure. It's a charcoal. And with so much pressure, and then it becomes the strongest, most shining, precious stone on this whole planet. And that's the same thing. But the way to do it is, so now once you're awake, situations come and you can see that, because now you're awake, now you're aware that, for example, every now and then you don't feel the self so much. That's already an insight. And then you have to check why. What are you doing? You must be busy somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And the busyness is almost always body, mind, emotions. And you think about circumstances, but also with thoughts and emotions. So the next step is to be in every situation in this moment fully awake. And therefore, I often said, and I always say it again, But you have now realized it so often that you definitely know who you are. But some others don't 100% know who they are. They need to definitely know this. They cannot, nobody can return home to who they are if they don't know who they are first. But you know it, and you are awareness, consciousness, yourself. And then you can let go of everything that you are not. Every moment you can let go of it. It doesn't matter how it feels, it will feel the same.
Mm.
It will feel sometimes painful. It will feel like shit. It will feel angry. It will feel frustrated, jealous, greedy, needy. It will feel envious. It will feel sad. All the feelings that you have stored within yourself. You will feel ashamed. You will feel guilty. And I guess they're not so much more than what I've just said now. In the end, it's only, let's call it 12 feelings, but I'm not sure if it's 12, no? It's just a bunch of feelings that we have to allow, that we can allow, and can come to peace with it completely. And then by doing this, you become deeper and stronger. Your awareness becomes stronger because then this can't trigger you anymore. Then this can't trigger you. You already went through anger, for example, then fear. You know how to do it. Those two, if they now come back, you already know how to do it. And they won't be as strong. Only if something really powerful happens. But it can be. But you know how to deal with it. But everything else that is in this glass, like which Eckhart Tolle calls it the pain body, you know? That's a very, very, very good word for it. Pain body. Because this thing can run your whole system and will until it's empty, until you are in peace with it. And you will find opinions of your father, opinions of your mother, opinions of somebody else, opinions of society, opinions of religion, who are in your, not even in your brain, but in your cells, in your system. And they are absolutely not true. Not true at all. But you can only undo them by really allowing to feel them and inviting everything that comes. That's how you build this muscle. That's how you gain more presence, and that's how you come deeper. This is
So,
yeah.
so re re relax into it of some sorts.
Yes.
Don't don't follow it. Just relax into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, it does make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not just relax into it. It has more levels. Relax into the feeling of it, the emotion of it, sense it, right? And find, like I was pointing it out in Vilnius, the most vulnerable place of yours, where you are most vulnerable, because this place can surrender to it or invite it or allow it immediately.
Mm.
And then, if thoughts come, don't believe them. Just don't believe them. Let them come, watch them, but don't believe them. And a very good way of doing it, which I did for many years, and I just realized it right now when I was speaking to you, a very good way of doing it is, first of all, how is the English word? So make them not personal anymore. Depersonalize it. For example, when you say, but really mean it, yeah, practice it. It really works. Instead of saying, I'm angry, you say, I feel anger, or anger is here. Then this is not you identified with it. This is you aware, seeing, oh, there's anger in my system. Anger is here. Find a way where you're not attached and sense it.
Okay.
Instead of
I do
saying,
have, I can feel a little bit, I had a so day.
mm-hmm,
uh, Fear, I
mm-hmm.
think. I
I
think
feel it
it's
too,
fear.
yes.
Unknown.
The unknown is always what creates fear.
Yeah. So it's fear.
Yes.
It's a lot of less now, actually, than it was like 3 hours ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still feel it a bit.
Yes.
It's in, yeah, it's here and in the stomach, in lower stomach.
I sense it, yeah. So,
Okay.
yes, now really check and be very, very honest with yourself. Is there a tendency that you want to get rid of it?
I, I want to solve it.
Yeah, exactly. And what is solving it? How would it look like?
Solve the problem that creates this emotion.
Uh-huh. The problem is you. And the solution is also you. Because this is a very, very, very important thing. You think that there is a problem outside, right?
Yes.
Which creates this emotion, right?
Yes.
Okay. The problem is your reaction towards what happens outside. That's the problem. If you would react happy to what's happening outside, there won't be a problem. But as you are now reacting afraid, right? You're 100% sure that this one is active because your true self is not afraid. You know that. Your true self has complete different qualities. Your true self is empty, is still, is peaceful, is free, and is definitely not afraid. Doesn't have any emotion. So what is now the calling is something from outside triggers you. What happens inside is the most important. This is a very advanced lesson for everybody. It's a big trap. And it's very good to realize this because this can set you free completely. Now you completely detach from the problem, which is a story in your head. Completely detached, don't even think of it. And only focus on what it does with you. Very good, yes. And don't solve it. Now your
I feel a contraction.
mhm,
It's not even in my head anymore. It's just
in the body.
just a contraction,
Mm-hmm.
which contracts and it moves me to act.
How would your action look like?
Solve, just go and do something.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you would not act, no? You would react on this feeling. Is that clear?
Uh,
You would not act free. You would, if you want to solve it now, you would react because this feeling is here. You are reacting on this feeling.
yes,
Yes. You're
I
not,
would react. Yes.
you would, everybody would. You would react on this feeling other than sitting with the feeling and fully inviting it and then acting out from a fresh, clear mind.
Oh man, that's the best. Yes.
Do you see that?
But I see,
This
but
is
it's so easy to go
so
with it.
important. This is so important. So whatever you would do now, you would not get rid of the feeling. You would even react on it. So now, honestly, tell me, when you're sitting like here, right now, with this feeling in your system, and you don't think of any action, you don't think of a solution, and you don't think of the story, you only sit with the feeling. Where's the problem? The only problem is that you don't like this feeling.
It's not that bad actually.
You see, when you really look at it, then you already become more aware. And the emotion immediately loses its power. It only has power over you when you are attached. When you say, oh, a problem, I need to solve it. Act, 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 act. Think, 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 think. But this is completely different. Now I sense you much more. Now you become more present. Do you sense that? Exactly. Even though the feeling is still here, you are much more here. And the mastery of it is when you can remain here, whatever feeling comes. And it's very advanced. Not acting out of an emotion is the best. Acting out of the self, out of an idea, an impulse, something creative, has a complete different foundation than acting out of fear. It's a reaction then. It's not an action. Where action is clear, action comes from a creative space. And you have that yourself is unlimited potential that you can use. But not like this. Like this, you would just act out of this emotion, react out of one emotion. And I did it so often and I failed so often, especially with fear and anger, that I forbid myself to do it. Yet it happens, emotions happen. And every now and then I can't. It just happens. But that's also human. But I see that acting out of anger is always destructive, always. It's always destructive. And acting out of fear never finds the right solution. Never. It creates a superficial security. But it's not stable. It's not a deep, profound security, which is based on yourself. It's only something that is like a makeup. It's only the outside. So this way of meeting the emotion, immediately when it comes, you meet it, and you allow it in your system as long as it wants. And give this priority. The more you do it, the faster it goes. And I'm not saying the faster it goes away. No, it doesn't need to go away. If you think it needs to go away, you're back there. This is not right. It needs to change. It needs to go away. That's what they taught you. That was our education. That something in us isn't right. It needs to be changed. We're not allowed this way. We're not allowed to be angry. We're not allowed to be afraid. 100 times I remember my father saying, don't be afraid. Why are you afraid? Men are not afraid. You're like an Indian. You gotta be strong. Men are not afraid. And I was like, what to do? I'm fucking afraid. But at that time, I wasn't able to say it. I just got the idea that something is wrong. And that's when we learn to lock down our emotions, and then we are not free anymore. Then they're always inside, and then everybody can trigger it from the outside, and we think it's related to that. But this is only a trigger. Once this is completely okay with you, the triggers will stop. And if they don't stop, it doesn't matter because you're completely okay with it. So let's bring it down to very practical. Right now, are you okay with this as it is? It's a suchness. This moment is like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Point. End of the story. Then the suffering stops. There's no suffering. There's just an immediate feeling. You and this become one. The suffering starts when you say it should be different. Then you suffer. Then you run out of energy. Then you look for solutions. Then you try to figure out, what shall I do? I don't know how to do it. But yes, okay, good. Okay, yes. Okay, again, yes, okay, good, yes. And look deeper and say, oh, there's something else. There's an emptiness. There's fear of failure. There's fear of losing control.
Mm.
Sensing it, understanding it, seeing it, bringing awareness to it. Know how your conditioning reacts. And
Yeah, it's fear of failure, like you pointed out, and losing control. I think fear of failure comes first,
Yes. If you fail, you lost
You
control.
lose control.
Feel it. You feel it, yeah. And then what happens? What are you afraid of? What's the deepest?
Okay. Failure is in the heart.
Go deeper.
Okay, what will happen if I fail? I lose it all. I lose I lose it all, like money, family, uh, things that I like, freedom. I lose freedom. Is I lose freedom.
You see that you have very good. Let's stop here. Very good. That's very honest. But now look, your freedom depends on money, family, relationship, status. Is it then free? If you lose your money, are you still free?
It immediately makes no sense. I
See?
know
You
because I
see?
know the freedom
Exactly.
which is beyond, and
Exactly.
that's the true freedom.
Yes. Now we're
And
coming
we
to
keep,
what true
yeah.
freedom is. Everything that you have gathered is makes you relatively free in your life because you can this freedom that you have, I had it so long, when you can do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. That's considered freedom, right? And you have the right amount of money so you can do what you want whenever you want it. Exactly. And this freedom is always dependent, always. Is not ultimately free. Only your true self is ultimately free. It's even free of that. If you've lost everything, and that's the way towards enlightenment, you need to let go of these attachments and see you're still here. You're still here. I went through it. I've lost everything. And I was in the worst place that I could be. But nobody could ever take away my freedom. Nobody. They took away everything else, but not my freedom. Because this is who I am.